Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, chapter 16, a description of Jambudvipa, text 20 to 21. The mud on both banks of the river Jambu Nadi, being moistened by the flowing juice and then dried by the air and the sunshine, produces huge quantities of gold called Jambu Nada. The denizens of heaven uses gold for various kinds of ornaments. Therefore, all the inhabitants of the heavenly planets and their youthful wives are fully decorated with golden helmets, bangles, and belts, and thus they enjoy life. So you heard all these fantastic fairy tale like descriptions of huge mountains, big trees, fruits as big as elephants, and so on. And finally, you heard how this juice from the fruits flows in the rivers, mixes with the sand on the river banks, dried by the sun, and it becomes gold. And this gold is used by the demigods as ornaments. And all these gardens and the lakes, everything are enjoyed by the demigods. So we can guess from this that this description of Jambudvipa is not here on the planet Earth. It is in the heavenly planets. So, if you are very interested in knowing more, or if you want to challenge anything, please read Sadaputa Prabhu's book about Vedic astronomy to understand better. But I've read all that, and if you want, you can do that. But the sum and substance is this, that we cannot imagine how life is in the higher planetary systems. And we have all these fantastic and glorious kinds of geography over there, much better than Earth. The air is full of fragrances, water tasting like honey. Just imagine. And then but only the demigods are allowed to enjoy these gardens and to bathe. So these descriptions can tell us that what we are so carried away with on this earth is nothing at all. As Srila Prabhupada says, here in this poor earth, people are so poor that a little gold makes them very happy. And there is so much of scarcity of gold that gold is kept inside the vaults of the government safes. And a lot of paper money is distributed instead of gold. And girls and ladies have ornaments made of plastic instead of gold. Artificial jewelry. And nowadays in India there are so many jewelry shops, and more they're advertising jewelry made of inferior metals, or even if they're made of gold, they advertise complicated designs so that more than the value of the gold you pay for all the handiwork. So if you melt it down, you're not going to get your money's worth from whatever you had invested. So this is the way it is. The people are very poor now and they're so attracted by gold. But in the heavenly planets, this gold is just something casually obtained. It is there on the banks of the river. Just like you find seashells on the banks of the sea over here on this world. Gold is obtained on the banks of the river, and they would just pick it up and someone would make ornaments. Then finally, but see what the great acharyas are saying. They are saying that these demigods, their position is just phantasmagoria. That means it is nothing. It is just an illusion. The real thing is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself says. Krishna himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He says that I don't want gold, na dhanam, nor beautiful women, or having many followers. And Narottam Das Thakur says, and no, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself says, just accept me as the dust of your lotus feet. Narottam Das Thakur also follows up similar sentiments. So, why are we always allured by money? Why are we always allured by money when even if you have a lot of money, it's just going to be illusory, like the demigods? This is because we have not yet got the real pleasure out of this Krishna consciousness, out of thinking of Krishna. So in our Bangladesh trip, it was so wonderful, and for hours on end, the devotees were singing Kirtan, and we were just enjoying. In Bangladesh, no one gets hassled. Our train and our bus were delayed by 4, 5, 6 hours because of traffic jams or various reasons. I didn't see anyone getting angry. We were just very peaceful. We were just happily enjoying the association of devotees and in singing about Krishna. So this is the real pleasure of life which overcomes all other pains. And this is the secret which we need to follow. And this is the secret of being permanently happy. This secret is available to all of us. So please very nicely learn how to sing kirtans. Sing kirtans 24 hours a day and be happy. Hare Krishna. Thus end the commentary to the purport of Srila Prabhupada by Vijay Venugopal Das, the servant of the servant of the servant of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami. Hare Krishna. Soon to follow, the class by Her Grace Prema Padmini Devi Dasi.